We're going. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kara. Say hi.
Hello.
And this is my first interview we're going to be doing. So, Kara, tell me, where exactly do you live right now? Where do you
I live
reside?
in Harford County, Maryland. I'm from, actually, I live in Forest Hill, which is a little bit. I think it's north of Bel Air, Maryland.
Okay.
That's the most recognizable place near me.
Do you
That's where I live.
do you enjoy living there? Like,
Um, there's its good and its bad. I'm actually from an area around D.C. originally, and I lived there for over half of my life. I moved to Forest Hill when I was 11 years old, but I lived in Germantown, Maryland, which is in Montgomery County. It's right on the outskirts of D.C. I think that's what holds me back from liking Harford County so much. Harford County is a little bit boring. There's not much to do, although in Germantown, I was not old enough to kind of explore the nightlife or really enjoy my friends as much as I can now. I still feel as if I would have enjoyed being there now a lot more. They have a lot more things to do, a lot more places to go, a lot more, live music festivals you can go to. There's just more opportunity around there, and there's a lot going on. And I do enjoy being in the city. I think that DC is a lot different than a lot of other cities. I really enjoy going to museums, which was the big thing in DC. My dad actually worked for the Smithsonian for more than half, or for more of that half of my life. He worked there for about 15 years and kind of juggled around from museum to museum. So I've kind of grown up in that museum setting and really enjoying the museum culture within DC, and I really do miss that.
that's quite an introduction. It's interesting. So, describe. I mean, right now we're in the Anthropology by the Wire, so we really can't. I mean, we can party and whatnot. But what would you describe your typical Friday evening? Like, what would you do?
Friday evening here now?
Well, like aside from this.
Outside of this.
Yeah.
I'm a server. I work at TGI Fridays. Usually I work on Fridays. However, I do have nights where I don't work, surprisingly, even though everybody asks me if I live there. Friday nights, usually, if I'm in school, I usually end up leaving for my boyfriend's. He goes to school at Mount St. Mary's University, which is around Gettysburg. It's a little bit north of Gettysburg, or northeast, in Emmitsburg, Maryland. So it's a little bit of a hike. It's about 2 hours from here. Usually, on a Friday night, if I didn't work, I might go out with my friends for a little bit after classes, hang out with them for a little bit, and then, start heading up to Andrews. And I'd spend probably Friday night with his friends at college, partying. And it's a very small school, but he has a very close-knit group of friends that have kind of welcomed me in, and that's usually who I find myself, having the most college fun, as you can put it with. I'm not 21, so I don't go out to the bars. I'm, not much of a city nightlife person. Here it's a little bit different. Towson, there's plenty of places to go. But, that's usually my typical Friday night, hanging out with friends, just enjoying myself if I'm not at work.
So, do you hang out with your boyfriend a lot? I mean, how long have you been in this kind of ongoing process?
We've actually, it's coming up on a year that we've actually been official together.
Wow. Okay.
2 years. Excuse me. Whoa. Whoo. No, it's 2 years, and we dated for almost a year before that. We were just kind of friends, getting to know one another. I was in a long relationship in high school that was very sour the whole time. I didn't realize it till the end, until I actually met my Prince Charming, as I call him. He kind of came in and swept me out of everything bad. There was a lot of bad things going on at the time. But as soon as I met him, we hit it off immediately, and we've been having fun, and he's my best friend. So, yes, I would say we spend a lot of time together, but we use it constructively. We like to go hiking a lot. I like to go canoeing and kayaking. We have been a few times, but it's not as prominent as I would like it. My boat's in Georgia right now, so we haven't been able to get out there this year. But we do go hiking, and we enjoy being outside, taking my dogs for a walk, going on walks with my brother. We tend to be around a lot of people together at one time. We'll be with my friends or with his friends. So as much as time we do spend together, you know, it balances itself out to the point we don't get sick of each other, put it that way.
So you seem to be like more of an outdoorsy person opposed to
Definitely.
not really into the indoors.
I don't like to sit in one spot. You know, it
Yeah.
kills me. You know, as much as I love anthropology, it kills me to sit in a classroom for 5
Right.
hours. But, you know, it needs to be done. I do understand that, and I try to be patient with it, and then look forward to the fact that right afterwards I get to be outside, and that's what kind of keeps me trucking a little bit.
So did you enjoy going down to the Inner Harbor? Because that was one of our, I guess, one of our many and upcoming activities to be outside. So did you enjoy going down there?
I did enjoy going down there. Like we've talked about in class, though, the Inner Harbor is kind of the facade that covers up Baltimore, and I've always kind of observed that being from DC, coming into Baltimore, that was one of the first things that I noticed. I just didn't know the correct terms to describe it and why it happened like that and what it was affecting and who it was affecting directly. But, I mean, I do enjoy going down to the Inner Harbor. I do enjoy walking around and being outside. I prefer to be in the woods, hiking. That is where I like to be now, which is kind of odd. I love the city, and I would love to live there, but as long as I can go hiking alone and be outside and enjoy nature, that's where I'm at. That's where I like to spend my time, but I like the opportunities that, you know, places like Towson offer me, you know, school and the Inner Harbor. I mean, you know, that's great nightlife for people, and that's great for us to observe what does go on in the Inner Harbor and how it affects the outskirts. I have not spent a lot of time on the outside of the Inner Harbor as much as I would like to, but I hope that I can kind of get more of that in. But like you said, I'm an outdoors person. As long as I'm outside doing something, I'm having a great time, no matter what it is.
Well, you seem pretty knowledgeable about a lot of things. What are you planning on majoring in college? What was your ambitions, I guess?
My original goal was to end up here at Towson. I went to Hartford Community for 2 years, studying. I was actually originally a psychology major. Transferred to the sociology program after I met Dr. Stowers, which was a huge inspiration in my life to switch into sociology and later anthropology. I switched to a sociology major middle of my second semester. Started taking classes there and decided that what I really wanted to do wasn't offered at many schools. So I looked at the program here at Towson. I didn't want to be too far away from home, but didn't want to be right next to home. This is a little bit close for me, but they have an awesome sociology anthropology paired major program. That's really where I wanted to end up. However, I was waitlisted because I didn't get my AA at Hartford because the program for their AA does not, all of their credits, it would have taken me another year to complete due to the fact that I was a psych major. But I got waitlisted for Towson. Now I'm going to be heading off to Frostburg University. It's in Western Maryland, up in the mountains, exactly where I need to be. It's a little bit cold there, a lot of outdoor activities, which is why I like the campus, but they do also have a pretty good social science and sociology department. Right now, I'm supposed to be going in for social science, which is a little bit paired with political science, a little bit more than I would like, and I kind of want to feel out the program a little bit. I'm still debating on if I should go back into sociology, but I need to talk to my advisor a little bit about that. I'm not really sure, but I am minoring cultural anthropology there. I don't think Frostburg is going to be the place I will graduate from. However, I feel like I'm going to be, I definitely want to end up back here at hey guys, I want to end up back here at Towson University and actually complete all the way through my PhD. And I do really, really, really enjoy Dr. Durrington and Dr. Collins' program for the sociology anthropology program. So I want to end up in that program. I have no idea what I want to do with it yet. There's so many options that I'm just waiting.
Right.
You said, I'm just like you. I'm waiting for the opportunity to show itself, and I'm waiting for somebody to need my knowledge so that I can help.
If you had to choose, where would you see yourself in, say, 10, 15 years? What would you rather engage in if you had to pick?
Well, if I do complete the sociology anthropology program, I'd like to do some field work. I'm not really sure where I want to go. I do want to study abroad eventually, but that won't be in 15 years. That'll be closer to 3 or 4. And then hopefully through studying abroad, I can find somewhere where maybe I want to do some field work in a different country. We'll see. I really am interested in French studies, French philosophy, so we'll see maybe if that can lead me into education system. I'm very interested in America's education, and I really want to help with that. And now that anthropology, sociology is now an opening field and becoming more applicable to other fields that were not necessarily once affiliated, I think that I could definitely help out the education system, and I'm kind of thinking that maybe I'll want to do that, study it a little bit, and then go some places, study it in other places. I'm not sure where again, but then I hope to maybe possibly come home and teach and not be a professor. I wanna teach at a college possibly, or I've also contemplated museum work. Possibly on the side. I love DC, so I'm thinking maybe I can get in somewhere down there and do a little bit of research and studies for them and teach there.
All right. Well, thank you, Kara, very much.
No problem.